Dystopia Tonight.
Fuck out of town! Fucking treasonous pieces of shit!
Dystopia Tonight.
I really got to change that intro. Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, you didn't lie. There was an intro.
There was,
Hey.
right? Yeah. You're the only guest I've ever been like, hey, don't leave. There's an intro. So,
No, it got me.
did it?
It was great.
Awesome. No, I really appreciate that. Very excited because my guest tonight is Rachel Stubington, is how you say your last name, right?
Stubington.
Stubington.
But you were
fuck.
no, okay. Here's the frustrating thing is you're not wrong. You
Oh,
are pronouncing it the way it should sound. I think like
okay.
way back in the day, there were two B's and then like someone got lazy and stopped having it. So everyone assumes it's Stubby. Like if you look on the internet, it's Stubington,
Right.
but in my heart, it's Stubbington.
I get it. No, you call yourself whatever you want to. I
Yes.
mean,
Okay.
I should have researched a little bit more.
No,
But then
because even if you look it up, it's Stubington. I might be wrong at this point.
I love the idea that for however many years you've just been calling yourself the real. Even your family didn't correct you. They're like, you know what? She seems really happy. We're just gonna go with whatever
Yeah.
she says.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Fucking awesome. No, that's sick. But yeah, no, you're from Shrinking, obviously, and I'm assuming like is well. Here's the thing that I always like to ask every actor that I have because I'm not really. I'm a comedian. I'm not an actor. I don't tell any director who's willing to make a mistake on me, but I've dabbled in some stuff. But one of the things I just would love to know, and I like to know from other actors, is this the thing that you knew you were gonna do right from the get-go? Like, do you have like I'm sure you have other passions, but like when you were a kid, were you just automatically like theater kid, level of like, did
So
everybody know?
I knew from a very young age that I was really jealous of like the kids on Disney Channel.
Okay.
Like it wasn't even a passion of mine to act. It was just that I was so like envious of the
Mm,
kids that got all that attention. Like my grandma got me
yeah.
tickets to see Annie, I think when I was
Oh,
6, and I was furious because I'm honestly dressed like Annie right now, but I was like, who is this girl? Why is she getting to be on stage right now? So I think I've just been chasing that
mm.
more than the passion of it.
I really kind of love that you skipped the like passion and enthusiasm of acting and went straight to I'm bitter that somebody else has a role that I don't have.
Yes,
That
yes.
yeah, that's pretty
I
fucking
got
great.
used to disappointment really early.
I feel like you were that understudy that was probably like, we have to keep an eye on her. I think she may kill the lead.
Oh, wow. I
Just
did
to
a
get
show
support.
senior year of high school, and it was split between me and another girl, and she got
Oh,
mono, so she couldn't do it.
smart. Very smart. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming you had nothing didn't didn't switch a Dr. Pepper out for, one that was contaminated.
No,
No,
I
why
would
would you do that?
never do that.
Smart. Smart. You know what's crazy about mono is that I read that like everybody by the time they're like 35 has it or has had the strain of it. It just depends on like whether your body could just be immune to it or not. So, and I
The
didn't realize
rumor
that.
was that I was a carrier, like in high
Get the
school.
fuck
I
out,
think
really?
because everyone around me got it, I didn't get it.
Mm, yeah, I was one of those too. Yeah,
Good for
all my friends.
you.
Thank you. Yeah, good for us. One of my friends got mono, and we were all at a party or whatever, and he had found out he had it, and he was like, "Hey guys, like, we were all sharing drinks and shit like that." And everybody got knocked out, and I was like, "I'm a goddamn god! Like this is I cannot be killed. This is incredible." So
I do kind of feel like when everyone around you gets sick, you can't help but feel that like maybe you're superior, you know?
yeah,
Sorry I
yes,
take care of my body more, you know?
yeah, no, exactly, man. The ego. I love the ego in this episode already. It's just thriving, coming off the both of us.
Good. That's what I wanted to come across from you, so I'm glad.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So you said, I don't know if we're allowed. We can cut this if we're not allowed, but you were tutoring beforehand, right? Are we allowed to mention that you do that? We can cut it, by the way. I'm
No,
just
it's
curious.
okay.
No. I'm curious only because we're as entertainers. The fact that you're doing anything other than, you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
this
100%.
means you're
I'm sure
really
you have
smart.
this sickness too, where like I can't not do I can't be alone with my own thoughts.
Yeah,
So like
absolutely.
I take on the craziest side quest of all time
Mhm.
just to not like be in my room for a few hours.
God,
So I
yeah,
do it all.
absolutely. Yeah, this is when I'm in my room for a few hours. I'm only allowed alone in this particular office when
Hmm.
there's somebody
Hmm.
else on the screen.
So
Otherwise,
fair.
bad news bears.
100%. 100%.
But no, the side quest thing is fucking insane. Because I used to I started out doing stand up, and then I started I could draw, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a book, and it's just gonna be cartoon, single panel, like my thing or whatever. And I would do that like while I was again alone with your thoughts, while I was on the road, while I was in hotel rooms. I was like, it's either this or drugs. You know what I mean? So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna drink
It's
myself to
either
death.
tutoring children or heroin. So I'm kind of
Yeah,
like,
you made the right choice. You made
thank
not that
you.
you can't find time for both. I believe you're a multitasker.
Yes, yeah. I do have that ability deep inside me, but
Good.
I'm going with algebra right now.
Fantastic. No, oh, I swear to God, when you said that to me earlier and you were like, I I'm tutoring or whatever, I'm like, God, it better not be fucking math, because that means she's fucking awesome. And that's just, you're not supposed to be able to act and entertain and then all like
When
it's
I
either
say
that or
math,
NASCAR. You
though,
can't do both.
no, when I say math, though, I mean like ninth grade's pushing it for me a little bit. Like one time
Okay,
I
all right.
sat down with an 11th grader to do her homework, and like, first of all, the AI, like, I know we're supposed to hate AI, but it's really cool when it comes to
It is.
homework. But I would be like, wait, let me think about it for a sec. And then I'd be on my phone trying to look up how to do it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah.
Absolutely. I kind of wonder what that's going to be like, because when we I'm going to lump you in there, even though I'm 40, and but when we were when I was younger, I hate that that's what we're cutting. I No, I'm just kidding.
Yes,
So
please, please. I'm getting Botox this week, actually. So,
so but like I remember they would bitch at us about like fucking God, what the hell were they called? Um, well, there was like Texas, the advanced calculators, which is fine. But no, remember those like they had things where they weren't phones, obviously, or whatever, but they were like you could Bluetooth the other person who had whatever it was, like for you know what I
no
mean? Like,
way.
oh yeah, it was called. Wait a minute, I think it's called Secret. It was called like Secret Sender. And they were like furious if you and somebody, because like they were like they could do
Wait, so
everything.
you could send notes on a calculator?
Well, it was everything. It was blue and gray. You got to Google. You know what? You should just go on eBay and just get yourself one for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's just gonna be me who has it. So when you send something out, I'm like, no shit.
It's just
Um,
gonna go to you. Perfect,
but it's
perfect.
me in like 1995, and I'm like, holy shit, I have a friend. Um, this is awesome, best day of my life. But like, and you're like, this is great show, Shrinking. You're gonna love it. I'm like, cool. Um, Younger me will totally eat that up. But no,
Yeah.
it was like they were like pissed off that we had that kind of stuff like then, and then now I'm just like,
If
well, what are they
only
gonna
they
do?
knew.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, why are you fighting it? Why is anybody fighting it? Just not
Oh my God.
not us. We can't.
Sorry, you
That
really
was,
pissed me off there.
yeah, seriously. That was like, I was like, oh, she's ending it, or
Yeah,
your computer
sorry.
was like,
This is
we're just
great,
done.
but yeah.
Yeah, no, no. For like, I don't want our industry to embrace it, but for homework and shit, of course.
I really don't know what the incentive now is to just like go off your own merit, which is such a bummer. And I wish it wasn't the case, but like you're not rewarded in school. So I don't know how they're
Right.
going to come back. I really wanted to talk about the state of the American education system today. So I'm glad
You
we're
came to the right place. Let me tell you right
okay.
now, my ADD doesn't allow this any of this to focus in on anything. So
No,
I'm
it's
sorry in
nice.
advance.
No,
Oh, good.
I kind of needed this today.
Good. That makes me feel so much better about how genuinely unprepared I am for this shit.
Cool,
It's
cool.
fun. Yeah, no, but no, I will absolutely ask. You know what's going to be crazy is when your PR people actually see that you did this and we're like, we have to assassinate him. Uh, we need. Why would you do this?
Well, they
Do you
have
know how
people to
hard
do that for them. They're not going to do it themselves if it makes
you're
you
very
feel better.
you're
They
that does make
outsource
me
it.
feel
Yeah.
a little better. Not
Okay.
not I'm a little on the edge sometimes, but yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'll be
No, they're like super humane. It's fine.
You know what's crazy is they're gonna do it when I'm outside of like a really shitty get like a fucking Chuckle Hut in Orlando, and then they're gonna pop me, and I'm gonna just whisper
Hmm.
thank you or write it in blood.
Does that ever scare you though, that like they'll use that last set of yours like as the thing that memorializes you?
It is now. I didn't
Okay.
think about it until you just said it, but yeah, that
Hmm.
would be fucking awful. That
Hmm.
oh my god. I hope if it was the last set from this fucking weekend.
Well, I
I
think
hope not.
that's the weirdest thing about doing something that's kind of publicly seen is you
Yeah.
lose in trying to gain control of like what the world knows about you, you
Mm.
lose so much of what's like you lose ownership of what's put out there. So like
Yeah.
sometimes there'll be a picture or like a still from shrinking that's genuinely the worst picture ever taken of me in my entire life. And like
Mhm.
part of me wonders, like, God forbid I die and that's the picture they put on the news. Like,
Yeah.
how much does
No.
that suck?
That does suck. And you know what's crazy too is I always wonder if it's spiteful or do people just not understand what a good photo, like I mean, and I guess like they I'll have like I'll do like interviews or whatever or press or something like that, especially like for an upcoming thing. And I'm like, I have a website. I paid money for picture or
Hmm.
well whatever. And you can and I send out a press kit because I'm not a mom, everything's easy. But I swear to God, they'll
Hmm.
find something on Google, like from an Instagram or like from like 20 years, and then they'll post it. I'm like, why that? Why like, do
It
you think
seems
it's good?
malicious in some
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
No, there was this. I'm at such a low level, but there's whenever they want a younger redhead in something and they do like a fan cast, I've kind of started to
Oh.
slip my way into there.
Oh, nice.
And there's this one, but I thought nice. I was really excited. It was the first thing I was fan cast in. And
Ooh.
they used like the most atrocious picture I think I've ever taken in my entire life, to the point
Oh.
where there started being TikToks of me with like all, I don't know if you're big on the TikTok scene, but it's all those audios when it's bad. It's like the one that's
Is
like,
this
oh
because
no, oh
there's gray in
no.
my beard? Is that why you asked me that? Is it
Yeah, yeah.
I feel slighted. I feel slighted just a bit. Um, no, but I have said like, yeah, of course. I know what you mean. I've yeah, I haven't seen that, but what did they fan cast you in one and what would you fan cast yourself in?
It was some like YA book, which was great, and I was so excited
Oh,
till like all the comments were like, "She's way too ugly to be that role," and I was like, "Oh,
get the
okay,
fuck at it. Fuck
yeah." And
them.
thank you, and
That's
thank
some
you,
shit.
and thank you. And then one of the comments
Yeah.
was, "She's way too old." Mind you, the character's like older than me in real life. Whatever, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I'll tell you right now, I'll fan cast you. I'm thinking you could be a Mary Jane in this Marvel. Yeah, I'm trying to get
And
everybody into the
thank you.
Marvel side.
And I
Yeah.
just watched Spider-Man 3.
Oh, the one
Um,
with Tom Holland and the other two?
No,
Tommy
no,
Tobey
no, no.
Maguire and
The TBT one where he gets like emo, you know?
oh God, yeah, where he dances?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's a classic by now.
Oh,
My
it was a time and a half.
Absolutely. My friend had like a background role in that when we were like fresh out of God, it must have been like freshman year of college or something like that. And she got a background role and he slaps her ass when they walk by. Yeah. And they cut it out, but you could still see her. But she gets her ass slapped by Toby. And then for some reason they were like, he wouldn't. And I'm like, he's possessed by an alien. Like,
Yeah, it's
how is that the
Venom.
craziest shit? Like,
Why is
you
that?
know,
I mean, that's still crazy
it
though.
is crazy. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
because I remember seeing it with my family in theaters, and the Peter Pecker line, I remember being like, that is an all-timer. And it
yeah,
still made me laugh. Like, they did good with that movie.
they did. it was campy in a way that like it felt so much fun, like you were in on it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it didn't
and the
feel like
CGI was great for whatever year it
right.
was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I also wanted to do press for Spider-Man 3 today, so I'm accomplishing that too.
We'll just make real a bunch of quick cuts of everything you talked about except for what you're in, and
Yeah,
then
no.
that's what we'll use. Yeah.
Perfect,
Um,
perfect.
but so I have been watching this season of Shrinking, by the way, and it is like I'm attached to this show and these characters in ways that I know when it ends, I will be heartbroken. Like I'm gonna like in my brain sometimes when like this there's a high like in between seasons or whatever, I've definitely been like, oh, I wonder how they're doing, and then I'm just like, you don't know them, John. They're not your friends,
No,
and maybe you should get
it
some.
really draws you in. Like, you know, I feel like either way, I'd have to say that I really enjoy this show,
Hmm.
but I'm not that good of an actor, so I feel very blessed to like not have to lie in that I adore the characters so much. I think they
Hmm.
do such a good job especially Bill Lawrence just builds these families that you really do feel a part of.
Yeah. Yeah, he's. I mean, between I when I was I mean, Scrubs is still probably top 10 favorite shows of all time. Like, but Scrubs,
Hmm.
Ted Lasso, Shrinking, and now he's got a couple more. Like, I'm like, how does he find the time to fucking build this stuff? And they're all unique, all separately, but the characters are just so their arcs. Everybody gets an arc. Everybody's well rounded and fleshed out. How much input do you have in your character, and how much input would you like to have in a character like that?
I think what's so fun about Summer is anytime I get a script, I have to add like the wildest new piece of information to her character arc. Like,
Mm,
um, it, I had to last season keep filling in how much my mom loves Casino Morongo because every script I had no say on that one. And I'm just such a big fan because the writers just really get her and they know how to
yeah,
make her funny. But no, they really like craft these worlds and think things out so much that by the time you get the script, like you get to play with it if you want,
yeah.
but it's just so well thought out.
Hmm. Do you feel like there's room for improvisation? Like, do they leave that on the set? Because Jason's a very big improviser, is he not?
Oh yeah. Well, what's really cool is I think they toe the line really well of having really well crafted jokes. Like the writers think
Mm.
everything out and every word is perfect and where it should be.
Yeah,
And then they'll give you a few takes where they'll say, okay, now you can do whatever you want. And now you can
that's
improv.
really
Or
cool.
sometimes they'll have writers on set, which is so scary as an actor. They'll hand you a slip with like a long monologue and they're like, okay, try this one now. And it's so well written that you don't want to, mess it
Yeah,
up. But
right,
yeah,
right. How
oh
did you
my
wind
God.
up getting the role of Summer?
I know people are always like, oh, luck. Like I got so lucky just in that they were casting it really late and I think they were tired. And I think I came in at the right time. It's how I'm kind of convinced I'm the only one that auditioned a little bit.
No, yeah.
Um, but I I don't know. It was one self-tape, which is kind of crazy because now
Oh
like
shit.
I've done commercials where I literally stand up and clap and I have zero lines. And I will have auditioned for those, a self-tape and then two callbacks in person and then one meeting with the producer. And then finally they're like, okay, she can be in the background of this commercial. And for Shrinking, it was just a self-tape.
Wow. But then that's
Yeah.
awesome because then that's kind of like a thing where they know it when they see it, and we all have that assumption when we're going in, and it's nothing personal. It's just that when they see somebody, that's the end of it. So they saw you and they were like, "Fuck it, we got it. We don't need anybody else."
It's cool because I think going in and not having so much time to think about what I was doing kind of led to Summer a lot. Like I
Mm,
feel like whenever I play her, I just have to put all my anxieties and all my
yeah.
stresses to the side and just kind of be silly. And so
Right.
I feel like it works hand in hand a little bit.
See, that was gonna be my next question too, is how much of summer is you and how much, you know what I mean? Like how much do you think is one and the
I
same?
think Summer's like a persona I do a little bit when I'm trying to be fun.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I get it.
but I think she's a lot cooler than I am. Like
Mm.
when I think back to high school, I remember when I was doing Young Frankenstein the musical, I went to the
Mm.
first ever party I was invited to in high school the night before, and I was
Oh.
offered weed, and I said, "Get that away from me. I have to sing Roll in the Hay tomorrow, and I really want my falsetto to be there."
Right,
So
right.
I think Summer's a little bit cooler than me.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand that. There's anytime I've been doing stand up for like like 20 something
Oh,
21 years.
wow.
Oh yeah, thanks. Uh,
That's really impressive.
Jesus, thank you. Yeah. And it was but I comedians, you know enough I'm sure you know enough stand-up comics, and you probably watch it or whatever, but there's like a thing where people have about comedians in general, and it is always like when I was in my early 20s, they were like, literally, I think only one or two clubs tried to pay me in like drugs, and I was like, oh
Okay,
god, no, I don't do, or whatever, and
good
they
for
were like,
you.
really?
Yeah.
But it was like one of those things that they were like, "Wow, really? All right." I mean, and then like lamenting, giving me cash. Like, I guess we have cash around here somewhere. I thought, you know, and then
Good.
and that kind of shit. And it's kind of like not completely gone away, whatever. But it is one of those things where I think when people meet me for the first time, or I do a show afterward, and like the audience comes up to me, there's some people who genuinely have this perception of like, yeah, man, we're gonna get fucked up, and I'm like, I'm going to the comic book store that's still open at 3 a.m. down the road. If you want to meet me there,
Yeah.
we can go there. But yeah, that's my. But I feel the same way. Where like like you have that persona, like there's this other character that you play, and you fit it so well, but the reality is a little, little off, little
Yeah. I
different.
never want to disappoint. I'm not as
Yeah.
fun anymore. I have to pay taxes now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just posted a video from like a couple, um, you got maybe a couple years ago or whatever. I had much longer hair because after COVID, I came out of it looking like the dude who gave Jenny AIDS in Forrest Gump. Like I had a beard, like I was like long, or
Hmm.
yeah. And then, but anyway, but I did this, and like, I don't ever drink before a show. Like I drink, it's fine, but I just don't. I always tried to be like, do your shit,
Yeah.
don't get fucked, or whatever. Don't be that guy. And I also didn't want to get used to performing under the influence. But,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, well, whatever, this is fun." So some women bought me, like a tequila shot in the
Ooh.
back, and then I was like, "Oh,
Ooh.
sweet," and I just like, yeah, snagged it, and then, but then they just kept sending them up, and I was like, and then by like the fourth, I was like, "Are you guys, please, I'm begging you," like, and then I tried to like put it down, and the audience got pissed. They were like, "Come on," and I was like, oh my god, thank god it was the end of the thing. But that was like the one and only where I was just like, I can't fucking
Was the
do it.
anxiety bad after?
Oh yeah, real bad after, and then like, and thank god I always travel with my a friend of mine who's been doing stand up. I think we started basically around the same time. Her name is Joanne Filan. She's a great comic. But we always were like, we're very like, we have a signal when we want to leave immediately, like, or if people are talking to us. So she took care of me
Good for
afterward.
you. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thought
Yeah.
of being in front of that many people drunk,
Mm.
I don't know what I would
Yeah.
say.
I don't it was fun. Like, it was well into it too, but I was like I was doing like 45 minutes or 50 minutes or whatever. But it was towards the end, and I was like, "Oh, what's gonna happen?" And I was like, "Oh, we're gonna find out." So,
It was for
yeah, not
science
my
that you did that.
yeah. Exactly, exactly.
I
So,
worked
when
at
you're up.
oh yeah, sorry, no, you go.
No. I like when you just keep we can, yeah, tell me your story.
So
I love it.
I was my first job, I think. I was a
Mm.
cashier at Laugh Factory because I love comedy and I
Oh,
was like, I know.
in
Um,
on, Sunset, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
I was a freshman at UCLA and I didn't have a car, so it would cost me $60 to Uber there and back. And I made $90 a night. And I was like, that's
Oh,
worth it for those extra $30. Like in my head, I was like, you're still making money, so it's worth
that's
it.
crazy.
And
What
I
year was
remember
it?
like this was okay. I was 2018, 2019,
Okay.
2019. I'm
Okay.
gonna go with.
There's out there.
But like people would come up to me and ask me for Coke. And I was so honored that they thought I was cool enough to like know where to get Coke. And I
Yeah.
wanted to be helpful. So I'd be like, I don't know, but maybe someone in the back does. And I really thought I was doing good by like really seeking this out for them. But I never found a plug.
I love that. It's like, let me go ask the GM. I think he might
Yeah,
be
yeah, 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 yeah.
he's
I can like
shelving.
look it up online if you want.
Yeah, there's a guy in uniform right outside there. Let me go ask him real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you would
he's not
know.
bad. Yeah. Oh God, that's fucking yeah. No, but I do. It is funny when like I used to do this joke when I was. It's not great, by the way. So just don't whatever.
Okay,
But
okay, okay.
yeah. But when I thought it was cute at the time, and when I was living in LA, because again, when I moved there, I was genuinely surprised that like because I'm from New York and New Jersey, and then but and when I got out to LA, like there were like bros with like like doing coke like every party, like it
Mm-hmm.
didn't matter, and like very casually. So I was like, oh shit, I thought this was just an '80s thing, but apparently it just exists like that on the West Coast. So I just
Mm-hmm.
did this joke all the time where I would be like, I'm not cool enough to turn down drugs in like a fun way. Like some guy was like, hey man, you want to do a line? And I was like, no thanks, dude. I just had a Skittle. So and it's such a lame, but like
No, it's
that's how I felt
good.
all the time. What'd you say?
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
good.
Thank yeah. No, but I always feel that's how I feel on the inside. Is like one, I'm honored that you'd ask, but I have no idea how to diffuse this situation whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Dare was really good at being like, say no, but they never really told you how to say no, you
right,
know?
right. That's a good
Um,
Dare. Oh my
so
God.
yeah.
That program failed. But just the fact that we're talking about it like this, not a success.
Hmm. Hmm.
God, yeah. I'm sorry, but what I was the other thing I was gonna ask you was, from Summer's character from like season one, it seems like they're dripping in more information about you, your
Yeah.
parents, your life with your parents, like you but you seem to be doing it in a way that like I keep expecting. I don't know how much you can talk about it, but I am expecting there to be like something bigger revealed at some point. Would you like that? You know what I mean? Like, because like she says something so off the cuff real quick about your mom and not knowing where or your oh God, I'm so sorry. I just had it in my head and I lost it because I talked too much.
No, no,
But
no,
you know
no.
what I'm talking
You
about? It
got
was the
it.
yeah, it's somebody had said something else or whatever, and you were like, my mom's out with whatever, my mom's not
Oh,
like
yes.
you're
Yes.
not you're basically left or something like that. And it
Yes,
was
my
so
mom is
great because it
training
was
birds. Maybe that
that's
was it.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like,
And we
there's just
got
these
there.
little dribs and drabs of her life that you're not, because you always see, you with everybody else. So I'm like, oh, cool. Is there something bigger coming where we're like,
I mean, I have
um,
to preface, first of all, I have zero idea if I'm in season four. I have zero idea about season four. So this is all like deep, deep me
okay,
making everything up. That being said, I would love to meet Summer's mom. I would
okay,
love to meet this woman.
yeah,
Just too because in my head, I majored in theater.
hmm,
You can clap if you want, but thank you.
you're welcome.
So like the obnoxious theater child in me feels like every scene and every feeling Summer has, I have to really live through. So I've just been like picturing this woman for so long, and I really am so interested to see what she would look like.
Yeah. If you okay, talk about fan
Mhm.
casting. Who would you love to play your mom?
Okay. So like actually my dream would be Jenna Fisher because like I feel like that would be such a 180 for her, but I love her so much. That being
Yeah.
said, I the, you have you ever watched iCarly?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I haven't. Yeah, yeah. So I
You
said that
haven't
in a
like
way that was
watched
like
every single
every.
episode.
Yeah, I have it on DVD. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course.
Right. Right.
But Jane Lynch played one of the characters' moms, and that was like always kind of what I pictured they were going for a little bit. So I could see
That
that
is.
too.
Jane Lynch as your mom would be so fucking great because she's in that whole, that she's in that. I feel like she's been in something with all of them at some point.
Yeah, I feel like she would
Like
just fit that world really well too.
yeah. You know what's crazy? And I know this is like so. God, Jane Lynch was in a movie with Harrison Ford. You know that, right?
Duh. Which
Okay, well,
one are we both talking about though?
that's so smooth. We're talking about The Fugitive.
Duh.
Have you? I'm
So
sorry.
here's the difficult thing about being in a show with Harrison Ford is that it's
Mm-hmm.
all people care about. Like genuinely, this is the coolest thing. I literally next time exposing myself, like on my bed frame, I have this picture. Like
Adorable.
I
Yeah.
understand the privilege and how cool it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my dad kind of failed me a little bit because I was never shown most of the things that he's really famous for. Is it like I've seen Indiana Jones, but I've never
Okay.
done the Star Wars of it all and the Fugitive of it all. And now I get too
Mm.
nervous to watch those things because I feel like it'll make me too nervous when I'm with him.
Yeah.
So there's just this world of Harrison that I don't know about, and
Yeah.
I'm too scared
That's
to get into it.
Can I tell you what I'm going to do from now on, though? I'm going to name a
Yeah,
movie and then follow it up with Of It All because it makes it seem like I'm like I'm like, it's the Harry Potter of it all. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's just,
yeah,
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 that
yeah,
makes me
yeah.
feel that's smart. That's really good because I
Hmm.
was like, she knows a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
no, the Fugitive, Jane Lynch, and I only realized this like it's one of those things where like you're watching a movie that you've seen a million times, then you go back and just because you know other actor, you're just kind of like, oh my god, that was holy shit. She has a role in that where she just plays a doctor that he knows that he goes to because he's on the run. It's a whole thing. He's a
Hmm.
fugitive.
He's a few. Okay, that makes
So,
sense. That checks out
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's based off an old TV show. We'll cut all this too. It's based off an old TV show
naturally.
where, yeah, but yeah, she's in it, and I was like, holy fucking shit, it's Jane Lynch. And then you just mentioned her, so just what I'm basically getting at is ask Harrison if he can just
Yeah, they have
bring,
rapport, and that's
yeah.
my favorite movie. So it would be so cool if all of us could work together.
Oh my god, that's fucking great. Um, so okay, so you can't talk. You don't. You're hoping you're in season 4. I'm sure you absolutely are.
Thank
Um,
you.
is yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's no way. Do you find a show like Shrinking, like where everybody kind of resonates with it? Are people connecting with you in ways that you never thought they kind of would because of the show? Because there's a lot of people I know that I see in summer, people that I still know to this day, or that my friends who are like, oh my God, you remember when I did the same shit? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, that whole scene of stealing Plan B and then
Hmm.
also like stealing, just probably honestly stealing in general from a grocery store
Yes, yes,
or a
yes,
convenience
yes.
store, But yeah, there's like a lot of that. And I'm just curious if that's the kind of, are you getting that a lot from people who are fans of the show?
I think the thing I'm getting that I was really surprised by, and honestly very, um, I it just gave me a little bit of faith in the world, is how many people were like sympathized with Summer. I think that it's
Mhm.
always kind of scary being a young woman and like wanting to be funny and loud. And I think that I was always kind of nervous that I was going to get this kind of like, oh, Summer's the annoying one. And I think a lot of people really are disappointed in how little support Summer gets from adults and from her parents. And I think that's kind of nice. I feel like people have really humanized. I mean, I would hope people have
Yeah.
humanized her in a really beautiful way and
Hmm.
kind of see past her jokes. And that was really
Yeah.
surprising to me. Like, I was really excited by that.
Well, that's to your credit though too, because I think you bring
Thank
something
you.
to her character that if it was played by, somebody else or anybody else, they might have taken it a completely different direction because of, I think you've just given her a lot of depth and a lot to work with because while she's doing those things, you've made it so you can see who she is underneath the entire time you're watching. So that's where I think that's why I see so many of my people that I grew up with, went to school with, and people that I still know in that character. So I'm like, we all know somebody who is a fucking blast to be around, who is super funny. And then if you were kind of like you just connected because it would be her character would be somebody that I would wind up after the party outside of a, you guys don't have Wawa's where
Yeah.
you are, but like a 7-Eleven. I don't fucking know what
No,
what the epitome
I
of that would be.
wait, you guys have Wawa's? What's the other one in
Sheets.
um yes, Sheets. God, I love
Sheets is
Sheets.
superior. Just a little. I hate to say it. I'm from Jersey, but yeah, Sheets is their coffee so fucking. But that's who I would want.
Hmm.
We would like calm down
We'd
afterward
end
and
up
be
in
like,
Sheets. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah, just sitting in the back of the hatchback eating fucking tater tots and a bunch of crap you can't eat.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's also like, I remember being in high school and like blasting music about how life was so hard, like screaming it out the window. And now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, you fucking fool. What were you talking about?
Hmm.
S- Singing about the real world to Matchbox 20. And you're like, God damn, man.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, absolutely. So are you good? Because I've been checking out your social media and stuff like that, and you seem to have like a cool like group of friends that you kind of make reels and stuff with, or like a couple videos here and there. And then you did this hilarious, because I don't know if this was before or after shrinking, or if you've always been doing this kind of stuff, but you did this hilarious like unboxing of a McDonald's,
Oh my
like a
God,
fake.
I
That
always get
fucking
so
killed me.
think it's hard because I think that I'm sure you feel this too with I just want to be funny, and
Yeah.
I want to find these outlets, and it gets really scary because there's so many people my age that are
Mm.
so high in the overachiever world where they're making these sketches online and then they get these book deals
Yeah.
and I
Or they're
think
like, man,
that
I start my day at 6 a.m. I make 5 videos. And I'm like, get fucked, dude. Like, there's
it's
no way.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, that's
It's
insane.
crazy. And so I
Yeah.
feel like I'm trying to fill that itch of like, it's so easy is the thing. It's like my least favorite thing when people are like, "Oh, you have a whole camera crew in your phone actually. Did you know that?" But it's
Hmm.
true, like it's fun to just get to fool around with my friends, I guess.
Yeah.
But I also
No,
forget that Instagram is something that other people see. Like there's days where I'm like, "Oh, this is for me." And then, you know,
yeah.
it's not just for me.
No. But yeah,
Hmm.
but you just say stuff. And I'm sure there's stuff online too where you're like, do you ever like, are you a good person at like uh posting shit, walking away from it and never checking it again? Or are you addicted to like
No,
the
I
views,
have like the most insane, first of all, like moral OCD where I'm really nervous all the time about
ooh.
the things I say being perceived the wrong way or saying something that makes me look like a person that doesn't care about things or saying things that make me look like a person that, because I love being funny and I always try to make myself the joke, but sometimes you
Hmm.
gotta, I have to switch up the angle a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just get so nervous that something's going to be taken out of context or, and I like this whole age with the internet where things last a long time and things can be selectively picked out. Like I get so nervous. I'm also someone that has never said, yeah, like I know what I say and I know what I don't say, and I'll still scroll through my Twitter like to this day to be like, let me
Hmm.
just make sure I didn't and like it's the
Yeah.
stupidest things I could have tweeted in like
Oh God.
2013 about how Caillou's dad was hot. Like I'm not scared that I'm gonna find anything bad. But like, I just convinced myself, like, oh, maybe you don't remember doing this. But no, I check my own Instagram like 40 times a day.
Caillou's dad was hot. That
And he
was that's
was, and I
of
stand
all the
by
things you
that.
could have said. Yeah, no, I
No,
get
I'm
it.
not
I get it.
deleting
I
that
just
one.
no, don't. But I just was not that fucking got me. I was
Hmm.
not expecting you to say that. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's so weird to feel like I again, like I was just talking to a friend of mine who's been an actor for fucking ever. She's been in like everything, but she was like, God, thank God there were no cameras or anything like that around in the 90s, because I don't remember, she's like, one, I don't remember. And you know what I mean? And I'm glad I don't, but Jesus fucking Christ, like we had like we were at these clubs and we were having a blast and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, I can't imagine, what to live like free, like as free as humanly
Yeah.
possible without like having to worry about that. But just the online stuff too, because you're told to post content.
Hmm.
You're told to stay as relevant as humanly possible and engage. And then, especially if you have like PR people, whatever, they're like, they like authenticity, yada, yada. But then it's like, we want you to be authentic, but not too authentic. Not authentic
Yeah.
enough where you're not working anymore.
Yeah, it's
So it's,
also scary too because I sometimes I like the way I calm myself down is I'm like, I feel very in control of the things I say and do. And
mm-hmm,
I know that I wouldn't say anything wrong, but then I feel like
sure.
now you can kind of be scrutinized for things that you didn't even really like know you did. Like there's a lot of videoing people just randomly on the streets, and I'm really
Yeah.
scared I'm gonna be the victim. You know those TikToks where they look to see if you're a good person or not, where they'll like ask you for
Yeah.
money or I'm saying, because that's a woman, like whenever anyone comes up to me, I get very scared and kind of and like that's
Yeah.
what my new big fear is.
Yeah.
I have to
There's
be
this douche
very
online that, yeah, there's this guy online that goes up to people who don't put their carts back. And I think about it every time because I'm just like, not that I think he lives in LA anyway, but like, or where, but like, I think about it every time because I'm like, and like my older relatives are also like, well, I was gonna complain about, my food being cold, but I didn't want somebody to film me. And I'm like, no, you can complain. Like, you paid money.
hmm
Like, no
hmm
one, but they're like so self aware. It's weird what it's doing to like older people, like, than I think more than
Yeah.
like we have mental health issues, but like I think our parents and like they're just fucked from the
I
internet.
know it's confusing for them. My
It really
mom
is.
will watch all these like AI babies on her Facebook.
Hmm. Oh my god, my mom sent me something that was AI the other day, but she was so happy about it. I didn't have the heart to text back and be like, that's not. I literally was about to be like, oh man, that's fake, but I think she was just having a day and was like, oh, this is so great, isn't it? And I was like, yes.
Yeah, that did
Yes, it is.
happen.
Yeah, yes, it
That
did.
is
Yes.
real. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Elvis did come back for a brief moment and and play
Yeah.
a set with, yeah, exactly. Do you find like because of the themes that shrinking kind of deals with too, and obviously we're, in this industry and everybody's kind of a little bit fucked up here and there or whatever. Do you did you have coping mechanisms before you went into shrinking? Has it made you realize things that you're not dealing with it all? You know what I mean? Because I know you're an actor in it and you're probably just kind of experiencing it in real time. But for everybody else who's watched the show, I think I've read online or talked to people who are like, this made me realize I should probably go, or I'm not dealing with this particularly well. So it's a heavy show with a hard comedy element to it. Have you noticed any patterns in your life or things that you, um, like, how do you handle like depression and stuff like that just in general?
Yeah. Zoloft mostly, but that like
Shout out to a
that's
sponsor, maybe
yeah, I
eventually.
think I have a bottle in here somewhere. Shout out to Cetraline. Sertraline. Um, but I think what I love about shrinking is how open the dialogue is of mental health. I feel like for so long I think just the conversation in general in the last few years has pushed to be very mental health forward, and
Mm,
you're able to not only acknowledge things, but it's kind of looked down upon to not work on yourself.
yeah,
And I feel as though being around all these people who in my head just like have it so figured out, even when they don't, really kind of pushed me to figure out my own stuff. And
sure.
I mean, also, it's like a I'm very nervous when I go to set. So I wanted to figure out how to be able to breathe a little bit. But I think playing
Yeah,
Summer too kind of taught me how to um, compartmentalize because I can't be nervous when I play her because she is so fearless. So I think
right.
trying to get into that mindset so much taught me a lot too.
Yeah, that's really cool. I never thought of it's always what the actor brings to the character. I never thought about necessarily what they take home from playing a character that
Yeah,
might
that
be.
and I
Yeah.
stole a lot of her clothes. Those two things are what I took from Summer.
I was just in a short film and I legit walked out with the clothes. Like they gave me like 70s clothes and I was kind of like, I kind of fucking like this shit. Like, I don't have any, like, so as everybody was saying goodbye, I was like, and I'm walking out the door
And
wearing
I'm
them.
good.
Nobody's
Well,
stopping me.
it's all clothes that fit you perfectly. Like I have jeans that are tailored to me.
Yeah.
Um, and so I was able to, Allison Finger, the costume designer, really let me borrow some of them, and I
Oh,
appreciate
nice.
her a lot. And I'll bring them back, I promise.
No, that's great. I always want to know what actors steal from sets and stuff like
Oh,
that and take
so
home with
my
them or whatever.
whole wardrobe is summer's clothes.
That's
And even
fucking
the things that
phenomenal.
I buy now, I only buy because I'm like, oh, they had me try this on in one of the fittings. Like I trust her sense of style so much more than I trust my own. So I
That's
just kind of live
fantastic.
through that.
Are like when you're doing something like this and you get to work with these people like closely, do you develop like is there like a text thread that you guys are all on? Do you develop like, you know, like do you go out? You know what I mean? Like how do you stay connected or is it just like, you know, it's cool, we work together, we leave, we come back, like that kind of because it's a family, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think what's really cool about, and again, like this is the first show I've really been a part of in this
Hmm.
way. So I don't know if this is normal or not, but I feel like everyone made such a point to go above and beyond in just like the welcoming committee. Like I remember day one, Lukita was really cool about, because I had no idea and I was trying to play it cool where I was like, oh yeah, I know what a martini shot is, but like she would be the one that's like, oh, actually, like we go sit here and like, do you want to have lunch in my trailer? And so I just kind of feel like that was
Cool.
really set up for me day one of
Yeah.
feeling really part of this group. So like I got to go see Michael's show in New York and go see him and him do his thing. And it's cool that you get to support all these people who do the craziest things, and like
Right,
have
right.
the hugest accomplishments.
Yeah.
And I feel very proud of everyone. And I feel like
Mm.
we all stay pretty close, which is cool.
I think you had posted something about or maybe it was just when this season was coming back, but about Krista Miller and her taste in music.
Gosh, she's so
And yeah,
cool.
okay, yeah. And that is something that is just, because I've never met her, but if I ever did, I would just probably thank her right off the bat because I feel like from Scrubs and up, I like if I go back through like
Yeah.
playlists that I've made, I'm like, knowing that she and Zach, obviously, I think for Scrubs too, but like for mostly like her, like when she's curated these, catalogs of music for these shows, stuff like, and it's just like my friends and I especially are kind of just like, yeah, half our playlists are probably because she likes likes music so much. But
Yeah.
you had
I mean,
posted something where you were like complimenting her or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
no, I mean it's really cool to see the show go from script to what it is on TV because you
Mhm.
really do it's so dumb to be like, oh, I didn't know how music really affect, but it truly changes every scene, and
Yeah,
I just feel like she fills every moment so perfectly. Um,
yeah.
like in a truly unique way. Like I think she has such a cool taste in music, and it's fun because sometimes it'll be a song and sometimes it's a band you've never heard of, and I think those two things work together so well.
Yeah, they do. And they've replaced, I think, for better or worse, legitimate memories of of moments in my life. Not that I'm like
That's so
for
good.
oh, right? Like it's like a song that I've known
Hmm.
forever, but then it's combined with this ridiculously impactful scene in a show, and then years later, I like the song will pop on, and my sadness will be a reflection of what I saw, and I'm like, that's not even a real fucking memory for me. Like, what the hell happened? I'm crying. I'm driving. This is ridiculous, but
What I'm trying
works
to
so well.
combat right now is, so in the next episode we have A Thousand Years by Christina Perri. And
Yeah.
obviously, that's most known from Twilight. And I'm
Hmm.
trying to get Shrinking a step above Twilight. It's almost an impossible task. But I
Oh, that's
want
a
one
good
person
goal.
in this world to hear that song and go, oh, it's a song from Shrinking.
Oh God.
Um,
It's so funny that you mentioned Twilight because I saw it for the first time. Um, I I had the flu. I don't know why I'm saying it
yes,
like
that's
it's
no,
an
no,
excuse.
no. That's a perfect way to experience it.
Okay, good because literally I was like death's door, and then they were playing them all in a row on like FX or like something, and plus with commercial too. So I was just like, I'm
Hmm.
not moving from this couch anyway. And I watched the whole thing, and I remember texting my friends who obviously were like fangirlies of like Twilight late years ago, and I was like, how could there be a competition between Jacob and whatever the other guy was?
And I agree with that.
Thank you.
It's Team Jacob or Team Ed. It's obviously Team
Yeah,
Edward, is what I'm assuming you're
obviously.
saying.
I was
Yeah.
like, Jacob's a creep. I'm like, he's doing all this. She
He
said
imprints on
no.
her daughter. Yeah, no,
Oh
I
God,
agree. I
that fucked
agree.
me up. Yeah,
Hmm.
that really
No,
fucked me
I'm
up.
in
I
the
was
same
like,
boat as you where I watched it for the first time last year. So I was experiencing it as an adult. And first of all, it sucks when you watch a movie and you kind of side with the parents. Like you're like, no, you shouldn't be a vampire. You should be in school.
right?
Um,
I feel bad
did
for
you
her
get to the
dad.
last movie though?
Yeah, I did. I watched them all.
The death scene where they all die and then she
Yeah.
pulls her hand back and goes, that's what would have happened, was the
Yep.
craziest experience I've ever had. We
Same.
do
And
that
I
in
thought it was
Shrinking,
because
by
of the
the way, in
mess
the
I was in.
last episode. Yeah, and that's fair too. Yeah. I don't want to spoil it, but
Big reveal. Big
yeah.
reveal. It's Jason just rips the head off of Harrison Ford
Yes. Yeah, 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 yeah.
in a big boss battle. That's great.
Yes,
Oh
yes, yes,
my
yes.
God. That is crazy. Who would win in a fight, Jason or Harrison at this point?
I don't know. I think
All
they
right,
both
that's
hold
fair.
their own.
You do. Like if remember
Yeah,
the
is that the right
celebrity
thing to
death?
say?
Yeah. You
I
remember the
wasn't PR
celebrity?
trained on this question.
Yeah, right. No, no, I get it. I get this is the beauty of being here is that you'll probably never do it again. And then
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
you only have
totally. Uh-huh.
damn it. No, but like there used to be those celebrity death matches. If you haven't seen them, they're on YouTube, I'm sure somewhere or whatever, where they would do these claymations of celebrities on MTV, and sometimes they would even voice their own whatever, but they would pit like Jim Carrey against who's a clone now. Against
Yes, yes, and I've seen
you,
that.
you saw that too? Yeah, that's good for him, I guess. But yeah, they would pit like, celebrities against each other, and then they make them fight in a celebrity death battle.
That's kind of cool.
It would you should YouTube it. It's
Okay.
definitely they're all on there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Krista Miller did the music for it. I'm just kidding. I don't
Yes,
know.
of course, of
Uh,
course, of course.
right, exactly. Soundtrack to everyone's life. So your approach to we're gonna wrap up, I swear to God. But your approach to this in general is
Hmm.
I forgot. I think I neglected to tell you this was an hour. So now I can tell you, now it's an hour.
Okay, okay, good
Unless
to know.
you have nowhere to be, because I don't. But you're like, I can tell. I can tell. You're like, don't you have more pins to collect on that jacket, you fucking loser? So
I feel like you couldn't fit anymore, if I'm being fully honest.
honest, I cannot. And I never wear this like out in this started very small when I started doing this, and then I was like, oh cool, like I'll just wear this, and then now it's too much. Like if I
No, I'm a
like I'm not gonna,
fan.
oh thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice. It's I figured I just wear all the things I like.
Yeah. It like
At the
saves you
same
the conversation of being like, oh, I like these things. It's just on your shirt.
It really, yeah. If somebody asks me anything, I just go,
Yeah.
"Can you not? Have
Saves
you
you
not seen?"
time.
Absolutely. But so when you're preparing for this kind of stuff, are you like, what's your process like in general? Like, do you like to be left alone? Are you a rehearsal type of person? Can you absorb a script super quick? Because I have a hard time. I really need to like focus and zero in on anything. When that comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think I guilt myself a lot for not um like I always feel like the right thing to do is go inward and spend a lot of time internally marinating on everything that Summer says. And I think that what I've learned through doing this show is sometimes the scenes where I watch it and I'm like, oh, that's so Summer, is where I'm truly just having fun with the people around me. So I think it's a
Mm.
good, it's another push of, sometimes the right thing to do isn't always like the hard, unpleasant thing. Like sometimes it's just sitting and having a conversation with the person next to me and I'm feeling
Yeah,
that giddiness and that excitement of being with another person. I'm like, oh, that's Summer.
that's
So
cool.
yeah. Yeah.
I like that. Are you looking to branch out as far as like, do you specifically have you, because television's a very, it's its own type of deal, and I'm sure you're thinking about doing movies, stuff like that too, but are you, because a lot of people seem to be going into bigger franchises, they just want one in general anyway, Marvel and all that other kind of stuff too. Are you like an indie, like more in like, are you looking to do like that kind of a stuff? Like what's
I'll
your
do
ultimate
anything that
dream?
takes me. I'll do
Okay,
anything.
cool.
Um, God, what is my, I really like doing comedy. I think the way that shrinking's set up is they give you a lot of room to get to find the funny on your own too, which is really a
Yeah.
gift. And I feel like that collaborative kind of set is very rare. And I know that there's a world in comedy where it just exists and it's people that want to make the joke as funny as possible. And I
Mhm.
really am excited by that kind of work. So, I mean, again, anything that pays, I'll do.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, yeah, I think I'm having a lot of fun in the world of comedy, and
Sweet.
yeah,
Have you ever tried doing stand up?
I did it once. Um,
I knew it.
yeah, so I'm
How
pretty
was it?
seasoned. Honestly, when I did, oh wait, this is gonna make me sound really uncool. I did in college a stand-up comedy class.
Oh no, I took a
Um,
class too.
okay,
Not in
thank
college,
God.
but in New York, yeah.
Did you? Oh, yeah, and they have like recitals at the or like showcases where you like get up
Oh
and
man, I didn't think it could get any uncooler until you called it a fucking recital, and I was like, "Oh, it was, wasn't it?
it
It was
is,
a
it
fucking
is,
recital."
it is. And my parents like the one thing that I was really proud about was the way they kept telling us it wasn't a bad like they were like, don't be nervous because everyone coming loves you already. And
Hmm.
so
That's good.
I specifically told everyone I knew that they weren't allowed to step foot in there because what's scarier to me, like I don't care about failing in a room with people I don't know, but the thought of
Yeah.
like my parents being like, we raised her for 20 years and this is what she does. Like I was just so nervous about that.
Yeah.
Um, that I had a lot of fun. It's just you need to have a lot of confidence to get up
Yeah.
there and not care if people like you or not. And I don't know if I have that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's definitely confidence and a lot of just stupidity. Like you
Hmm.
looking
Hmm.
back, you're like, "My God, I like maybe it's not even I think it's just delusion." Because
Yes.
there's no like if I saw me like that, and I would be like, "You need to stop, and you need to get a job back in groceries immediately,
Hmm.
because this is not for you." But yeah, it is kind of crazy. And the other thing that's cool too, you hit a nail on the head there with like I was the same way about not wanting um family or friends in there, even though that's kind of what we had to do, like especially in the early days to get like
Yeah. Well, that's
stage
the other
time.
thing is when they're like, oh, if you invite five people, I don't even have
Thank
five
God
friends.
they
I'm
don't
not
do that.
inviting five people.
Yeah. Also, miracle that I know five. You know what I mean? Like that anybody wants to come to the city like that.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but no, but the cool thing, one of the things I definitely had to learn when I was younger was that the audience wants you to be good instead of it being like they hate you. You know what I mean? Like they're against you. They want a good
Hmm.
show. So getting
Yeah.
that out of the way always makes it better. Do you remember any of your jokes?
I don't think so off the top of my head. Just that they were really
Oh, you should
funny
hear.
and really well written.
Yeah, yeah, of
Um,
course.
I just really thought I really don't.
No, it's. I don't think I remember any of mine when maybe a couple, but yeah, no, it's hard to remember.
No.
You got to do it again.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah,
that's yeah, just
yeah.
go to Laugh Factory. Just tell them you used to work there.
Hey,
Tell
I did
Jamie.
get in. I loved Jamie.
He's the best.
I went like a year ago, maybe now, with my
Mm.
boyfriend and I was like, I used to work here. And first of all, I worked there for 2 months, 5 years ago, and Jamie also wasn't there. And it
Oh,
was like a new security guy. And like I did kind of the thing where like the like cheerleader comes back to our high school and is like, God, if these Wallets could talk, and they were like, who are you? But we
yeah,
got
yeah,
him for free because then you have to buy all the drinks, so it's like not a real
yeah,
discount.
Of
But
course. And the drinks are
um,
like watered down and fucking
oh yeah,
extremely
there's so
expensive.
there was like 25. I love it there though. Shout out to Jamie. Shout out to the
Yeah.
Laugh Factor. A good
No, agreed. I mean,
experience.
yeah. I'm going to ask you the last three questions that I ask every guest that has been on
Yes.
this show, over 300 episodes. First question is a bit of a softball question, but if you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, what piece of advice would you give yourself that would help you today?
God, I think that, and I don't know if I always believe this, but I think that sometimes things take a little bit longer, but they come to you when you're really ready for them.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, because I really tried to be a Disney Channel kid. Like I was like, I'm gonna be famous at 12. And I was not a good actor. I had like no self-confidence, and I can't imagine being thrust into this world at a young age. So I
Yeah.
guess
No, that's
that.
a really good point. Second question is, what had to end in your life, good or bad, that led you to where you are today?
Lock in. Um, what had to end? Um, uh, um, oh my God, this is so stressful. What had to end? Um, um, I think maybe, God, what do other people say?
I'm loving just this. Whatever's happening to you
I was
right
gonna
now.
say like working on my anxiety, and I feel like that last minute really disproved that I've done anything to make progress in it. So I,
I mean, yeah, I mean, I can tell you what other people say, but I feel like you could probably knock it out of the park. I mean, it depends on, um, sometimes people, I mean, obviously if they're older or maybe not whatever, but they've gone with alcohol, like so usually some kind of addiction, or maybe they're,
yeah,
a relationship, a career path, um, stuff like that. But some people come out of left field with some really deep shit too, or they just have, or they're like nothing. I'm amazing.
yeah, I've just never not been good.
Yeah, you're
I
like
would
nothing has
say
ever ended.
for a long time, I think with acting and with like trying to create a brand of sorts, I was
Hmm.
really trying to fit into a box or like, I was trying to do what other people did. And I think I've seen the most success from really tapping into what feels very genuinely me. That
Oh,
wasn't
that's beautiful.
bad. Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
What's genuinely you is hard to get. I mean, that's what stand-ups try to work for. Like when you're starting out doing stand-up comedy, all you're doing is stripping yourself. That's why it's like so hard for, I think, some some stand-up comics are great at acting. I mean, Brett Goldstein's a great actor, and he's
So
done
good.
stand-up for a long time. But like, and obviously, there's been other comedians who are amazing actors. But for the most part, sometimes it's hard because when you're on stage, you're literally just trying to strip away everything that isn't you to get
Yeah.
to where you're where you're on stage persona, and you are basically the same for the most part.
Uh-huh.
So that was beautiful. Yeah, that was really well said.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the last question
Uh-oh.
ties into the theme of the show. So it's called Dystopia Tonight. Started this during the pandemic, and that's why when I couldn't tour or do anything. So, but if this was a genuine dystopia, even more so than I guess it currently is, which is kind of
Hmm.
hard to beat. But if you
Yeah.
woke up tomorrow and it was the last day on Earth for everyone, you all have 24 hours left. It's a two question. What would be the cause? It could be anything you want it to be, or you think it
Okay.
might be. So you could go serious. You can go climate change, political collapse, meteor headed toward Earth, or alien zombies. Whatever. Crazy shit. And what's going to be your epic death? How do you want to go out?
Such a good question.
Thank you.
So a lot of my anxiety also comes from the thought of losing people in my life and like family members
Ooh,
dying. And the one
yeah,
thing that made me start sleeping at night, because every night I'd be like, God forbid, one day my grandparents are going to die, one day my parents are. And the one thing that made me stop is I realized that one day there could be a meteor that kills all of us at the same time. And
yeah.
I can't predict that. So I can't get stressed out because that's also a possibility. Um,
yeah.
so I want us to all go out at the same time. I think it'd be nicer to not know it's coming. Um, but I
Yeah,
would like a quick sweep. I'm not a zombies person. I don't want to have to
appreciate that.
run. I don't want to have to. That's not my thing.
Hmm.
How would am I going out in the meteor world, or is this a
Yeah,
different
in the
reality
what do
now?
you can pick whatever you want to be. No. In the meteor world now, what do you do? What's your epic death? What's the last thing you're doing? Are you listening to an album, eating something you like, hanging out with, whatever you want, you know, uh,
Okay, I'm gonna go like a nice glass of rosé. Um,
classic.
yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe at CPK.
Okay.
Maybe like, yeah, I think it's
Wait,
CPK.
just so you and just so I know, California Pizza Kitchen is what you're talking
Yes,
about, right?
yes, yeah. Sorry.
Thank God, because I thought it was going to be something way cooler, and I was like, didn't know what
Well,
the initials were,
that
but
is
okay.
cool. No, no, no.
No, yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
just
cool.
artisanal pizza,
Yeah,
handcrafted by the finest.
right,
Um,
right.
Probably, yeah, like a final CPK feast, and then I'm out.
Beautiful, love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm apologize if it was all over the place. I don't know if you were
No, I
expecting.
needed this tonight.
Fantastic. Me too. You and me both. So I'm glad we did this. You're amazing to talk to you. I hope you are definitely in season 4. I
Me
can't see
too.
that you wouldn't be. Yeah, I
Thank you.
can't see. God, can you imagine? Oh fuck. If you're not, you're gonna have to just come back on
I
and
need
we'll
insurance this year, so
yeah.
let's get summer in
I
here.
think we all, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. No, and it's been everything in season 3 has been fucking amazing so far. Congratulations on it all, and I hope to see you in everything else, whatever you want to be in, whatever the hell. We'll fan
Thank you.
cast you in all the shit.
Yes, but
So
only use
yeah,
good pictures.
yeah, yeah. Fuck TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
Dystopia Tonight.